against Clemson when they dropped it 25-15. And we are ready to go here in the women's building. It's Syracuse and Georgia Tech here on a Sunday. Skylar George floats it over. And they go to Mambu right away, and the ball comes all the way to the near side. Come up effective. They couldn't do so there.
It was a good wall off on the far side, but just better attack to tool it.
Here's George. Dug out. And they go to Mambu, and she slams it down. The Yellow Jackets have come out storming here in
from Mimi Mambu.
Bianca Garibaldi sends it off again for Georgia Tech, the sophomore. And it goes right by her there on the kill. First point for Syracuse.
That's what Coach Bake wanted to see. Cross court, but there she chooses to tool the block.
Leia, the grad student, spent her undergrad years at UC Irvine. And some miscommunication there. George keeps it alive. Incredible effort by the Orange. Pierce, dug out by George, and it lands on Orange on the other side. Skylar George can do it all.
And that's the creativity that you need for Syracuse. At some point, it's up to the Georgia Tech hitters, and they're just very good.
Velez sends it off. And that's off the block. Noemi DeSpagna comes up with the kill for Georgia Tech. Freshman from Italy, and a great kill there for her.
It's so impressive for a freshman to...
12 kills, just 2 errors. And a fairly easy kill there for Bianca Garibaldi.
Had a really good game, so she's got some familiar faces on the other side looking for another big night.
Garibaldi, we talked about it a few moments ago at the top. Just 5'11", but the way she... Blocked. And Pierce tried to stay with it, but couldn't.
It all comes back to execution, right? I mean, Taya Maeva, of course, is very stable, a great, consistent setter, but those uncharacteristic mistakes certainly come back to bite.
McLaughlin. Dug out by Laura Bialeski. Ortiz to Maeva. Georgia Tech in system. Garibaldi fakes the slam by Bialeski, and Georgia Tech, despite some miraculous effort.
We talked about her earlier, but she's got double-digit kills in 10 of the last 12 matches. She's on pace to do it again here. Just an all-around tough player to stop.
A battle at the net. Despagna, cross court, and a point for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they've certainly responded here in the back half of set one out to...
It's incredible. Best conference in volleyball. Fyodorovich slams it down for GT. What happens at the net? Is it having a couple more kills on the attacks? What would you like to see?
I think you have to go back to the blockers. I think that they just need to keep establishing themselves at the front and maybe be a little bit more disciplined with the arm angles to try and earn a couple more kills.
Abby Lee to send it off for Georgia Tech. Oh, what a save there by Velez. Maeva behind. Waller dug out by Fyodorovich. Here's George off the block. GT keeps it alive. McLaughlin off the tape. Into the hands of Lee. Free ball here for Syracuse. Let's see if they can win the long rally. And it bounces around after a kill once again by Mambu. Mambu again, another kill. Mimi Mambu, the freshman from D.
Precision out of Sawana Leia here in set two, and it's keeping Syracuse in it.
Fyodorovich blocked. GT once again, they go to Anya. Blocked at the top, kept it alive. And GT gets it back over. Maeva tried to go for the sneak. The ball pinballs around. Now a free ball here for the Yellow Jackets. Garibaldi up top and down. That's something Bianca Garibaldi does so well.
They're fired up. They're excited to play. I mean, they got a day off on Saturday. Got to go get breakfast as a team.
Something that we talked with Coach. You get through the halfway point of the season, and then you reach the later part, and some of that wear and tear catches up to you. Harris-Wadi trying to drop it in. A great dig by Despagna. McLaughlin blocked. Garibaldi with authority.
I think we need to keep a diving digs tracker on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's really turned it on after Syracuse hung with them to start this set.
Garibaldi. Fourth kill of the afternoon for Bianca Garibaldi.
To read where she's going to go, left or right, almost like a goalkeeper trying to read the foot on a penalty kick just to anticipate it.
8-0 run for Georgia Tech. Harris-Wadi finds an open space in the middle. And those are the type of points that Syracuse has had tonight. It's not like McLaughlin or George. Coach Bake's been happy about the way Harris-Wadi's development has come since her freshman year with Syracuse. And that time, Deandra Pierce goes to the back.
Forcing Georgia Tech to get creative on offense, but again, the attacks have been smooth for Syracuse.
McLaughlin from the back. Maeva rolls it over. Orange within 4.
I mean, she had 6 kills in pretty much all aspects of the game. So it's moments like this when you're trailing to a team like Georgia Tech that he's going to call on a player like her to step up.
Skylar George finds the corner. Syracuse back within 4.
Player like her that leads this team in service aces, brought 23 in to this afternoon. She continues to get it done.
Feodorovich has been a bit quiet here in the second after a really strong start. Syracuse has prevented her from getting rolling. McLaughlin blocked at the top. GT in system. Here goes Feodorovich. Dug out by Yamada. They go to Anya again, and a GT point. She's looking for ways to get involved in other ways.
Yeah, and she is in the top 25 for the most attacks. And when there's that many attacks out there for opponents to watch and scout, they're going to find a way to shut you down.
And a nice block by...
We talked a little bit about how this was going to be kind of a statement win, something to prove for them as they go forward.
Feodorovich dug up by George from the back. They set up McLaughlin, and there's a kill for Gabby in the corner. Coming up with a little catch there. Over at our ACC Network extra table. And Georgia Tech takes the second set here in Syracuse to go up 2-0 over Syracuse. It'll be Lana Yamada to start it off for Syracuse, the starting libero from Japan. And it starts with a block. The question is, did it stay in for the Orange? It did not.
It's just been the placement off those blocks. Georgia Tech, just such a strong attacking team.
Maeva to Leia. Off the block. Marie Lorio from the back row. They go to George. And that goes off the block. Another Georgia Tech point.
In the back row, it starts with good digs, feeding those balls to the middle for your setter, but making sure you're really cognizant about what your arms are doing when you're blocking, getting the right angles to try and minimize how much Georgia Tech.
Dug out by Velez. And they set up Mambu. Bringing the boom here in the building. Laura Bialeski sends it off for Georgia Tech. Feodorovich finds the corner.
Like I said earlier, it always seems like Georgia Tech has somebody hitting 500 plus.
George keeps it in. The high flying Velez there. Velez again, another dig. One of the top defenders in the ACC, showing why. And the credit to that point can go to number 2.
The defense has been so solid for Georgia Tech, and it's really what's been driving the offense.
That defense again for GT. Garibaldi with the stuff.
8th best blocker in the ACC. Just the sheer force and power that she brings is so hard to stop.
Harris Awadi with some authority for Syracuse.
How about returning the favor from Zaria Harris-Wadi? I've loved watching her. And that's a good spot for Waller to find some success.
Mambu having herself an afternoon. Maeva. And Leia comes up short, blocked up front by Georgia Tech.
This third, not get too frustrated, but really hone in on the little things.
Well, Syracuse will be back home here on Friday against Wake Forest. Here they just can't get over the hump and beat some of those ranked opponents like they'd like to.
Yeah, all their losses prior to Boston College were against ranked opponents, so it's a spot they want to be able to be at, is to beat those teams. They're trying to put away Syracuse with her.
Bianca Garibaldi finishes the job for Georgia Tech. And the Yellow Jackets sweep the Orange for the 5th straight time. Syracuse falls short today, 3-0 to Georgia Tech.